Okay, let's take a look. Um, that's nice. If you can figure out how to get that to autoplay, I think that would be nice, and even loop. I hadn't seen this before. Looks good. Um, I'm assuming you did all the texturing there. I mean, the only question about this is that, it's obviously not all your work, because it's that school assignment. So, as it being the main thing you show on the home page, it's a little iffy for me because you want to. And this is weird to me. VFX artist Denny welcomes you. I don't know. VFX artist. Like, I think it would just have your name here, um, rather than VFX artist. That seems very generic. Explore now. This link doesn't work. Um, I guess it's okay to have the Chinese. I'm assuming that's Chinese on here. I don't even know. But I think maybe then have the English side by side with that. So, you know, people know what that is. Um, okay. Oops. Yeah, I think clearly you need more work on here. I mean, uh, and I might end up splitting that up. If this background image is not your work, I wouldn't use it. If it is your work, it's fine, and then maybe you want to include that in some of your portfolio stuff. But although I have to say it's a little hard to read. Like I would tend to, if I was going to do this, I would tend to have the text on a background like that. But I imagine, um, it reformats depending on, it kind of moves depending on the size of the page, and so it's going to look different again. Um, if it's on mobile, just, okay. Yeah, I just found that a little bit hard to, just a little bit harder to read because you have a lot of high contrast stuff. If there's a comma here, that would be a lowercase h. This is getting a little, I don't know, from like an employer's point of view, that's pretty personal and dramatic. Yeah, I don't know how an employer would view that part of your story. I also, as I mentioned in some of these other critiques, I prefer using the first person. So, like, I was born in Chengdu, etc. So I might cut this part out because it seems pretty, a little personal, a little bit dramatic for one of the first things for an employer to read about you. Um, so, University of the Arts, is that? I might, I might say like, what is that? Chengdu University of the Arts? Like what? You know what I mean? Like maybe be more specific there. And it's and just so you know, like not everybody knows the abbreviation AAU. So um, I would, if you wanted to use AAU, I would spell out Academy of Art University and then in parentheses AAU, and then after that you can use AAU. But I wouldn't use it as the first time you mention the university because that's not universally known uh, as the name of the Academy of Art University. And I think if you're going to mention an internship, I would say, instead of saying favorite company, I would say what company. Dynastic. I think you mean dynamic. Dynamic effects, probably. And these would be lowercase, these would not be capitalized. And this is also, I think this section kind of belongs up here because, we've already gone forward in time to your time at Academy of Art University, and then suddenly we're going back in time to this. So, yeah, I think first person, I and me, rather than, haoyu and I think that what's also I think confusing for someone landing here is you're using haoyu. I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing it wrong, zhang, but then you refer to yourself as Denny, and then Denny here. So I might you know do something like haoyu, and then in quotes Denny, and then Zhang, showing that this is sort of your nickname. Okay, so we've done looked at that contact. Yeah, if this is your image, that's okay. If that's not your own image, I would not include it. I would only have your own image here. And that's a little odd that there's work and then there's videos. I would find another, I would maybe call this 2D art and this videos, and I would put these two next to each other and then have about and contact at the end. So home, 2D art, videos, about and contact. Um, okay, so yeah, I think it's a good start. I just think there's a bunch of things you could fix.